and we are live hanging out with the guys from the band Spud. What's up?
Not much, man. What's going on?
How you doing?
It's Thursday. We're recording this on a Thursday, so that means tomorrow's Friday. I recorded a podcast last night and got kind of weird with beers, so I felt I couldn't join you guys tonight with beers. I did one with an old coworker from the Weekender, Damian Pick. I haven't talked to him, and it's literally been, he left in 2006, and I have not talked to him for more than 5 minutes since that moment. So it was a 2-hour long conversation that, spanned 15 years. So got a little weird.
Yeah.
Drinking a lot of water today, but
Well, glad you can make it and have us on.
yeah, guys, so I'm not familiar with your band, which is unfortunate. I saw you guys pop up. You guys got shirts made from Axelrad, and I saw you pop up that way. And then we kind of started talking via email, and then we got you into the shirts for the scene, which might be over by the time this airs. But yeah, I got your EPK, and I saw that you guys are from Lehman.
Yep.
That is correct.
So that's where I grew up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not often I find people that are also from Lehman.
We're all different generations.
I know your brothers.
Do you?
Yeah. I graduated in between them. Neil and Jesse.
Okay. All right. Neil was just here at the house an hour or two ago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
like I said, we span 3 generations of Lehmanites, basically.
Yeah.
Four, really.
Four.
I didn't know
Four.
Sam. And actually,
No, it's not 4 because Sam just calls me a boomer. I'm not really one.
oh yeah, Mike's
that's not a good name to be called.
4 Lehman people here. All good.
yeah. So we have 20
we're
years,
right now.
20 years
Five.
separate, right? 97 to 2017.
That's right. 97 to 17.
Mike
Lehman
didn't want me to.
graduates.
Mike didn't want me to say that.
Mike, you graduated in 97?
That's right.
So I must have been a freshman or sophomore then when you were a senior.
Yeah, you probably know one of my brothers, Matt or Steve. I'd.
Matt Ide.
That's right.
That sounds familiar. Yeah, 97, I would have been a freshman. Yeah. Man, Lehman does not say, if you go to Lehman, you probably know somebody out that way.
That's right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are in the band called Spud. Describe what Spud is, because I know you have some music available on Bandcamp, and I think you mentioned to me that you guys will be releasing a CD or digitally these days. I think you mentioned that. So talk a little bit about the band.
So, I mean, the way we like to describe ourselves, kind of like Pink Floyd meets the band. These are kind of our 2 biggest influences leaning over us, because we all really we love like psych rock and just experimental music, but we also have a lot of deep roots in just Americana and folk and rootsy kind of stuff like that. So we kind of try to really mash the 2 together.
Cool. And you've been together for, I think you said 3 years?
Yeah, not all of
I
us.
guess we started in 2017.
Yeah, you and I did.
Yeah, started out with me and Matt. We met through a mutual friend. We just started kind of messing around here in the basement.
Yeah.
Started writing songs. Next thing we knew, we kind of had a band going together. And a little bit later, Sam came along, and Mike.
And I'm like,
Mike
yeah.
went through. I don't know.
It took us a while to
7
get-
or 8.
Yeah. it
Well,
took us a while to
really,
get to
like
where we are.
3 or 4 drums. Drummers
Yeah, I like to
actually
joke that
get
it's
to
like
it.
Spinal Tap. If you've ever seen the movie, this is Spinal Tap. You know, where all the drummers die. I'm like the 17th drummer in
Yeah,
this
he-
band,
he's
so
really-
I'm hoping to stay around.
Okay. All right.
As he like,
Yeah, you're out, bud.
For at least like 10 to 12 more
He's done a
years.
good job.
yeah, that's it.
So when did you join the band then?
So I my first gig with them was on Public Square in July of last year.
July, yeah.
So
Summer.
yeah,
Almost a year getting there.
yeah.
'Cause that was like 2 weeks, I think, after we started.
Yeah,
playing together.
a funny. So I don't know if it's a funny story. It might be a lame story. I don't know. But I walked into Wayne's World in Dallas, and I was trying to get some guitar strings because I had a solo acoustic gig, and I chatted with the owner, our buddy Jay, for a little bit, and he said, "Oh, my buddy Sam is looking for a drummer in his band," and he came out. I hit him up by text, and we got together, and that's where we're
Yeah,
at.
clicked pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
pretty much instantly.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that Waynesville was still open.
Yeah, we're in
Okay.
Dallas. I actually I teach lessons up there, but
Okay.
That's right, and he's good.
yeah, we're in Dallas. Like he moved from Pittston a while ago, and the Dallas shop is still there.
Yeah, I know that. Does Wayne still own that or no?
No, just got a new owner. New owner's name is Jay Yako. He was running the place for about 10 years since Wayne moved to Key West. But we
Right.
actually finished. We're building a stage in there now, so we're gonna be doing like webcasts and jam nights, open mics, and stuff.
Yeah. Can't wait to start that. It's gonna be
Very
fun.
cool. And I saw Jared. I forget is it Jared Briggs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jared.
yeah. Jared's the man.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
looked
he just picked up his order of t-shirts today. They look really good, and I think he said they were available at Wayne's World as well.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, yeah. I drive past there when I'm going to my mom's house or my brother's house or whatever, and I don't think I knew it was still open.
Yeah, you should definitely stop in. They have a little bit of everything: music, CDs.
Oh yeah, vinyl, everything. They got
Yeah,
they
great
got
vinyl
that.
collection.
We're just
Yeah.
kind of plugging Wayne's World.
That's a good attitude. I mean,
That's right.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I was Wayne's World this whole time. I love
Wayne's
that
World,
place.
Dallas, Memorial Highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do some live streams from there too, which we really enjoy. We have a good time when we're doing that.
Yeah, that is fun.
Because-
I really
because
enjoy
And they've
obviously
it.
also,
they're-
I mean, they supplied a good chunk of our equipment here too. So
Obviously, live gigs have been sporadic at best over the past year, so we've been able to do some live streams from there. That was a really good time.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that. I mean, it's been a terrible year for everyone. So, I mean, obviously, with a worldwide pandemic, and no one is exempt from experiencing the kind of pain that it's caused. But musicians have really taken a hit in that. If the bars aren't open and you can't gather, you can't play shows. Which is one of the reasons why I started the Shirts for the Scene effort, because multiple reasons. Not sure if you guys are familiar with what happened, but I had a radio show and for 3 years, a little over 3 years, on a station called Alt 92.1, and they decided to change the format, and they said that I was on hiatus as far as hosting that show, and I felt like that was like a way to just kind of like, I don't know, push me off to the side. And when you have kids, I don't know if you guys are fathers or not, but you tell your kid like, maybe, or we'll see, or whatever, like just to kind of get them to leave you alone for a minute. So that happened, and I kind of felt like I needed the scene more than the scene needed me. And I felt like, I said, how can I do something to help these musicians who have not made a dime essentially for the past year? So we launched the Shirts for the Scene.
yeah,
I mean,
that's awesome.
That's awesome
Yeah.
because the most important thing right now, just as musicians and in the scene, we just gotta all stick together and just like, it's easy to get down on yourself that you're not playing and stuff, but
Yeah.
we're all in the same place,
Yeah.
Real quick, let me give a shout out since you mentioned being a dad, because my daughter's birthday is today.
Oh,
My daughter Julia, she's
Oh.
17 years old,
Birthday, Julia.
which is
happy
crazy.
birthday, Julia.
How old? 17?
17. Yeah, I'm the
Wow,
oldest
dude.
by far.
Yeah,
Dude.
mine's like literally old enough to be my dad.
He loves to say that. He loves to say that. But I'm not a boomer. Let's just remind you of that.
That's funny. And I have to admit, I was doing some creeping. I got some love today from a girl on the interview with Nick D, and her name was Teresa. And I was all good. It was just like, hey, I really enjoy the show. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Like, who is this? So I was like, I went to the Facebook page. I'm like, and she was also plugging the band Spud. So I'm like, oh, she must be, with one of these guys. And I looked at one of the pictures. I'm like, holy shit! Like I knew her from way back in the day. Like when like 2000, I want to say 2005 or so. When we were like shows like Spit Can and Panacea and things like that. And I haven't seen her or even like thought of her since like back then. That's crazy.
Yes, you'll see her.
What's that?
Oh yeah.
That's my wife.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I know. I crept and she's she's married to Mike. And I'm like, oh, that's Mike. But yeah, I haven't seen her in years. It's funny how doing this podcast is like really just kind of enabled me to reconnect with a lot of people, especially with the weekender stuff I've been doing, but also meet people like guys I never met before. So I'm hoping one day when things are back to normal, I'll actually have like a studio where people can like be invited in. And
Yeah.
because for me, I mean, the audio is the thing that I hate about this the most. And it's like no one's fault because we're doing it over Zoom, and it is what it is. Like some people like have access to microphones that are good, and some people just are able to talk.
Some people are. Yeah, we don't.
Some people, I won't mention the names. The band Spud, yell across the room.
Yeah, I mean, if we eventually start a podcast, then we'll have some good.
Yeah,
We've been tossing around that
talking
idea
about it
for
a while.
over a year, even like when it was kind of brought up as a hypothetical at first. But
Yeah, I mean, there's got a lot going on.
I mean, like we
Yeah.
just like,
We're trying
we
to focus
just-
on the album now.
yeah, exactly.
but we just
Exactly.
love like talk about music, so it would just be great to be able to do that and just share it, I guess. But it's been cool. Like even though we haven't been playing a live, just open up a lot of time to work on the album, and we we're the type of band that like a lot of our songs on the album has like 60 tracks on them. Like we just do
Oh,
layer
yeah.
after layer after layer.
Yeah.
And
So
for us,
it
it was
takes
a
long.
little bit different when COVID hit because we didn't have a drummer at the time. right?
Yeah, no,
Like,
you're right. Yeah, no,
so like we were kind of in a hiatus kind of situation where we were kind of just like focusing on finishing our album because
Right.
we have different drummers on our album, so we were focusing on that, and then Mike came along.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mike doesn't play any drums on the album.
He plays some
He
mean
plays
shakers
some
mean
though.
shakers.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
Yeah, the drums were already tracked by the time he joined.
They were already done. Wow, that's
Yeah.
funny.
yeah. We have like 3 different drummers on the album.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been in like 4 or 5 different studios
Yeah.
at this point,
It's
and
been we've been working on it for quite a while now, but
Since what fall of
ran into quite a bit of
2018,
speed
I think.
bumps.
is
yeah,
when we did
there's been a lot of
Sisyphus.
stuff where like every time we feel like we're getting somewhere with it, like something would come along and it would be delayed, but we're finally on to mixing now and soon
Yeah.
mastering, so
It's coming
it should
together.
be soon.
When do you think that'll drop?
Hoping for midsummer.
Okay.
Release
Summer.
date yet, but
Yeah.
It's hard to believe it's gonna be April before you know it.
I know.
Time just moves too fast anymore.
Yeah, even in a pandemic, it's still like
It moves. It's weird.
Mhm.
yeah, even in a pandemic, it still went really fast. But how you guys doing? Everyone like healthy and like your immediate circle, or
Yeah, but like we haven't had any issues.
Yeah, we haven't had any scares or anything.
Knock on
Nick
wood.
had it. That was
Oh
probably
yeah, one
closest.
of our engineers on the album
Yeah.
got it. But he got over it. He said, I mean, he's young and healthy
Yeah,
in
he's,
shape, so it wasn't a big deal
22.
for him. But
Yeah.
he was just
22.
out for a while. But that's about it off the top of my head.
that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and because I mean, it was almost a benefit for me as the new drummer, to come in and just get to learn the tunes, practice with these guys, try to gel with them. So it was kind of advantageous just from my personal perspective.
Yeah. I mean,
It's cool though.
we haven't had any gigs. We've been
We've
we've
had
been
some
kind of
opportunities,
fortunate.
yeah.
I feel like more than
But,
a lot of other bands because
Yeah.
we still played at Crooked Creek probably close to once a month.
yeah.
Crooked Creek. I just did shirts for them too.
Yeah.
Where are they at?
They're out by Rick
Out
and
on
Splash.
It used to be called Spencer's.
Yeah, it used to be Spencer's.
Out by Red Rock.
The owner
Okay.
the band Riffmatic, few years ago. So he's a big music head. So he always wants to have original bands there. And
Oh, yeah, there's a good little music scene developing
Yeah,
in
he's
that place alone. Like
there is
every weekend they got some good different music there.
multiple. Yeah,
Yeah,
usually
and
all
it's
3 days,
it's large
too.
enough they were able to do like the whole distancing thing because
Yeah.
they have
Yeah.
a really big
it's
room for
huge.
the bands, and
that's
they took all the seats out, and they
Yeah, I mean,
they were able to
you know, they
space
take
everybody
all
out and
the
do all of that.
precautions there. But
Which is
they're
nice.
another place that's gonna work on expanding. They were telling us
Yeah,
he wanted to do outside
doing a
stuff.
patio and everything.
Other than that, I mean, like last summer when it was nice out, we were able to do a lot of like outdoor stuff. A lot of it was cool because like since none of the big festivals were going on, like you saw a lot of people like creating like small festivals and stuff.
Yeah, Jared.
Yeah, like our buddy Jared, like he was doing stuff.
You were
Jared,
talking about the t-shirt.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
our other buddy Jordan, he put one on in Panic at Lazy Brook
Oh,
Park.
that was
Yeah.
great.
Did that.
And you're gonna try to do that again
Gonna
next
try to do
year.
that again. So it's kind of cool that like I think a lot of smaller bands had chances to do stuff.
And it
like
forced a lot
that.
of people to just think differently and be creative.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, a lot of places, like you were saying, created outdoor spaces. And have you guys got booked at Pisano Family Wines yet?
Not yet.
No, that's where Mellifluous plays there a lot. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
had their
yeah.
EP release show last week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look into that because
Yeah, I feel it might
Talking
be on
about
the
that
list.
earlier.
Crystal might have
Yeah, I'll
hit 'em up. If it's not on the list, we'll throw it on. But we've
I'll tell you what, as somebody who's played around this area for a number of years, it's been really cool playing with these guys because we play 90% original music, maybe more, and it's a lot different than it was 15 or 20 years ago. People have been much more receptive to that, and it's been pretty awesome because we can go play at a place and play all original music, and people are enjoying it, and that's pretty cool because I've played in some cover bands and stuff like that, and years ago it was club owners pretty much just wanted you to play like classic rock covers and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's been really nice.
Especially considering how weird some of our music could be.
Oh yeah,
We get out there. We got songs that are 10 plus minutes long and stuff, and it's cool to be able to just get up on stage and do that and not have to worry about playing Sweet Home Alabama and stuff.
Yeah, it's I feel like, and I hope it can get back to where I think it was, like the original local music scene was kind of like coming back. It was at least on an upswing, compared to like 2008, 2009, 2010. You have places like the V Spot and Stage West and the Keys before they closed. I feel like even in Scranton had more venues than like the Wilkes-Barre and Luzerne County area had, but I definitely feel like it was like making a comeback. And
And there's a lot of talent around here, definitely.
there really is.
I have a feeling once everything gets back, full on to normal, you're gonna see a lot of like pent up creativity coming out.
There's gonna be a renaissance, I think.
yeah.
A little renaissance, exactly.
Just gotta get there.
Yeah,
Well, I think there's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, there's shows being announced, and whether they happen or not, we'll see. But I mean, at least there's like hope.
There is. I hope the vaccines, after a lot of people get vaccinated and whatnot, we'll see.
It'll happen. Yeah. Can't be here.
Not much we could do. Personally,
Exactly. What are we gonna do? Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. So, you have any shows booked for this year yet?
Yeah, actually, so we have a little bit of a lull right now, March and April, which is fine. Fine tune some things. Got a couple new originals that we're working on that we need to get down. But yeah, May, I know we're playing on the 1st over at Canteen Park, and then I think we have 2 other dates in May, and then we got a few in Maryland. We're actually doing a gig down in Baltimore, or right outside of Baltimore, in June. So it'll be the first time we're playing out of the area, let alone out of the state.
Yeah.
So I look forward to that.
Summer should be a little more busy.
Yeah.
Usually is, but
Yep.
yeah.
Jared's doing a couple festivals. I'm sure Jordan and Jay will.
Yeah.
I'm not. Do you know when that is yet? Hindsight? Not yet.
Keeping our ears open for whatever's out there.
Yeah. So we're trying, to get into the festival scene because we haven't really had much luck there yet.
Yeah, and I think
and
our
then-
music would definitely
Oh, yeah.
go over well
Oh yeah.
compared to bars and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, it's probably better to play outdoors at this point for now.
Always
Exactly.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like not even many festivals are looking like they're gonna happen this
Exactly.
summer.
Right.
Some sure, but not
Yeah.
Later in the summer.
not many smaller ones. Like obviously we're not.
Yeah, it should be an interesting year for sure.
Yeah, I mean if we lived down south,
Yeah, you'd be playing right now.
normal down there. So I went to Tennessee back in November on my honeymoon, and it was like, yeah, there were signs and stuff about masks and whatnot, but even in this like Chattanooga and in Nashville, not many people really
Nobody wearing them.
like older people too, or senior citizens. I'm like, you guys. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
do your thing, but I don't know. That's just weird.
Yeah.
My wife's a nurse, so she naturally, obviously, felt like she was just not comfortable, and
Yeah.
I wasn't either.
It's so weird, like, how divided we've become and like how triggered people can get over a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wear a mask, I'll wear a mask. Like, obviously, I think it helps. And, flu cases have been like basically nothing. And I don't know if that's because we're wearing masks or if it's because any flu case is being considered COVID. I don't know. But I mean, it's not a big deal to wear a mask, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree
No,
100%
it's a
with
piece
all
of
that.
it's a piece of fabric
Yeah.
on your face. It's not like, and the way I always look at it too is like people that complain about having to put on a mask for like 20 minutes when they run in the grocery store, when like the employees have to wear it like 8-10 hours a
Exactly.
day.
Yeah.
It's just like a slap in the face to them.
Yeah, my wife's a pharmacist, so she's like garbed up all day, like to the head to toe, and like it's the entire work shift. It's crazy. It's unfortunate. But yeah, it's so funny like how people like if they see you wearing your mask incorrectly or not wearing a mask at all, like just like how they could attack you and
Yeah, you kind of just
Yeah.
feel like everyone's secretly judging everyone else.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like people are looking for a reason, which a lot of times I think they
Which, you know what? I'm not gonna lie here. If I see someone
not
alone in their car with a mask on, I'm like, dude,
I mean,
what are you doing?
I've done that before though, because I just forgot I was wearing it.
Yeah, I can see if you forget, but like when you're in the middle of the highway where
Yeah.
you didn't just leave.
It gets cold, but it's fine.
I always feel weird that like if I'm in a building and I walk outside and I forget to take it off, I always like feel like people are judging me that I'm wearing it outside.
Yeah. What are you idiot wearing a mask on?
Yeah. What are you scared of?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of just ignore that stuff anymore.
Yeah. Like I'm the same boat. I don't really care about the mask, but if you're gonna ask me to wear it, I'll wear it. I'm not gonna complain.
It's just kind of weird, like how quickly it feels like normal now. Like think about wearing a mask all the time. Like it feels like it just doesn't feel like normal.
Yeah.
Oh, or like
You know what I mean?
if you accidentally leave your house and you don't have yours, you're like, oh shit,
Oh no.
Yeah.
what am I?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
damn.
I still do that.
Yeah, you have to add it to your list of things to remember every time you do
Uh-huh.
that.
I got my phone, wallet, keys, and my mask.
Yep.
I'm good.
Yeah. I made a joke last year that the masks were the new fuzzy dice.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on the mirror.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a status symbol.
Like, oh,
Yeah. Then you're judged by what kind of mask you have.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's just a wild time to be alive.
Yeah, I mean, it's also an exciting time to be alive.
That too. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
It is lots happening. Lots going on.
Definitely
So we'll see
living
that.
in historic times.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of partying to come.
I hope so. Not that I party a lot because of my son's 3, so those days are over for right now. Mike, you have a 17-year-old. You can you're basically free again.
Yeah, my youngest is going to be 13 soon. So
All right, so yeah, you're set.
they're pretty independent at this
Yeah.
point.
What about the other guys? Any kids? Any
No,
No,
sir.
There.
Nope.
Sir.
living the dream, huh?
Gonna wait a little while.
First step.
I know like a newborn and a band don't necessarily mix too well.
No, you'll be out of the band next.
Yeah.
He'll
You
be
guys
pleased, yeah.
you guys got nowhere to practice.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. But I also think it's weird too, like, not that I want to make it political, but it just seems like really convenient that we and it wouldn't matter who it was. This is not a Trump or Biden thing. It just like we got a new president who entered, the third week of January, and cases suddenly began to decline.
Right.
It's just weird.
Just coincidence all over the place.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
now granted there's more vaccines and all that kind of stuff, but I hope that it's an absolute coincidence and not some kind of government.
Going down.
Can you imagine though, like let's tank the entire economy and ruin people's lives because we want to push a certain agenda or get someone out of office or whatever it might be.
Also, that reminds me of one of my favorite lyrics is from "Won't Get Fooled Again" by the Who, where they say "New boss, same as the old boss."
It's a great line.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. That's the world we live in.
Basically.
It's a great way to put it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thinking about music, or at least our music, because we just separate ourselves from all that.
Absolutely.
Like we almost never talk about politics on here.
Absolutely,
Like,
we don't. Yeah.
We do.
I don't-
There's obviously
we do like in downtime, but like,
We never argue about them.
Yeah, exactly. We don't like bring it into this like
No.
music,
yeah, there's people that like if you're not one side or the other.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, screw you, like, you're an asshole.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't,
crazy how
I don't want anything to do with you.
so many
Relax,
people just won't ever listen to an opposing opinion.
They won't. They won't. It's like if you're not on my side, like like you said, like screw you. Like it's just it's so bizarre, and I think it's because of social media and the way we communicate via texting and emails, and this kind of conversation that doesn't happen anymore.
Every now and then you have to step back and take a look at what really matters, and then you'll realize there's more important things out there.
Right. Exactly.
Well, let's get off the politics then. Before you guys,
Yeah,
before you guys who don't talk politics and fight each other and break up, and
We're done.
this will be the beginning of the end. Oh man, but so anything lined up at Wayne's World? Like I know you said you're building a stage. Anything like booked for that or?
No, because the stage's still not completely done. So we're waiting for it to get done just because it's kind of happening a little piece at a time. But it should be done beginning of April. So then we're going to start booking stuff and getting
Yeah, I
ready.
mean, we're planning on. There's no reason we can't do the weekend of the
I mean,
16th, 7th,
we're,
by the
we're
17th.
planning. We're planning on doing a live stream
Middle of
as soon
April.
as middle of April. Hopefully the stage will be ready. We'll debut it.
It'll be ready.
Yeah,
by
I'm
then.
sure
Get
Wayne
ready.
will be probably looking for other bands to.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Jay. Yeah,
We'll
we
have
were,
a idea.
yeah, for sure.
Like even talking about
Some
doing
open
other
jams.
stuff, talking about doing comedy nights, trivia nights, stuff like that. Just
We'll hang out.
there's it's weird because there's a lot of people that just kind of hang out there all day and don't buy stuff. And they might as well just make it hang
You know who you are.
not complaining. It makes the day go by better.
Yeah.
But it's just it's cool to if there's not a scene around it, just kind of create a scene around yourself.
Right.
Yeah. We even talked about the idea of doing stuff at the barn, like we did for we did a benefit for our main studio engineer Paul Sinclair back in November at Shady Rill, which is out on Loyalville Road, where I got married also. But we're thinking about doing. Got to throw that out there, wedding venue.
Yeah,
You guys, all you guys do is promote other places. Wayne's World.
I'm noticing that.
whatever.
I'm noticing that. But anyway, yeah, we're talking about doing stuff. It's a cool little place.
Yeah, it is. It's a cool, just big open barn.
Yeah.
Like we said, Paul got diagnosed with cancer, so we put on a benefit with him. Got a bunch of other local bands. It was us.
That was great.
Yeah.
Former members of Cluster Funk, Stay Loud, Gods of Space,
Tory V.
Tory V.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, those are great. Those are great bands. Stay
Yeah.
loud.
We raised $2,000 for him.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good night.
It was a lot of fun. But it made us want to do it again.
Yeah, definitely. It was a lot of fun. So hopefully when the summer comes, we'll be doing more stuff like that too.
We'll see. Staying open to,
Yeah,
trying to
we're
create
open
as
to-
many
we're open to
opportunities
anything,
as we can, since there's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah. And as far as releasing the music, is that going to be just digital or old
I
school with
mean,
CDs or what?
definitely doing digital and CDs. We really want to do vinyl just because we're all vinyl junkies. Love vinyl. So
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
No, here's I need as musicians, I need you to tell me why has vinyl made a comeback? Because I think, in my opinion, it sounds like trash.
okay. You ready?
I
to
will
throw-
not get back in it. I will not get-
You're fighting words.
I can't even say I won't get back into it because I never got into it because I was never old enough to be in it the first time. But like for me, like it's just big. It's like clunky. It's I don't know.
I think the main reason it came back isn't an audio thing. I don't think it's a sound thing, even though I will say vinyl does sound better. I don't know. It doesn't sound so much like clearer,
You
but
need
it sounds
good equipment
more,
to make it sound better.
and it sounds
Yeah.
more direct. It sounds
Yeah.
more like connected to the musicians that made it. Like when you listen to vinyl, it sounds more 3D. Like you close your eyes and you can feel like, okay, the drums were over here, the guitar
Right.
was over here. CD,
You
it
put
feels
yourself
more
around.
flat, like
Yeah.
it's coming at you. But I think the main reason vinyl came back is more because of the physicality of it, because of the artwork, because it's cool to have and collect and trade or whatever. I don't because
Absolutely, yeah.
the thing is, most of the people buying vinyl now, especially a lot of kids, they're listening to it through like shitty
Mhm.
suitcase.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's not
Record
completely-
players that have
it's not
big
entirely about the
speakers.
sound. It's about the whole experience. Like
Mhm.
having a physical object, you get a closer connection.
And it
to the
changes
band,
and it
yeah.
changes the way
Like
you
if you
listen.
go out and buy a vinyl record, you're gonna appreciate listening to that more than
Right.
just like throwing on a random song on
And
Spotify.
and it changes the way you listen to
Yeah.
music because like you sit down and like you listen to it directly, you're not doing anything else. It's like
Yeah.
direct listening versus like throwing on Spotify in the background and just jamming. Like you get the full like album experience.
I'll
You
give
have-
you that. I agree with that. I'm a CD guy myself. Like you're saying, I like to have a physical copy of something. I like to go through the artwork, um, all that kind of stuff. So I 100% get that, and I like listening
I'm
to albums front to back. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of albums are written to be listened to from start to finish. I mean, and now these days it's just people are putting out singles, and maybe they'll gather them together and put them on a CD or call it a record or
I think too some artists in my opinion lend themselves to that, and we a lot of artists that we enjoy like Neil Young and Bob Dylan and things like that. There's just something, I mean, it's almost cliched to say that there's like a quality to that listening to that on vinyl, but I personally have always enjoyed that. If I was going to listen to say something like Blonde on Blonde, like I'd love to listen to it
every
on a
aesthetic to
record
it.
player,
Yeah, and honestly, like every time if I listen to something on vinyl for the first time, an album that I've listened to a bunch of times,
You hear
like I'll
things-
hear things like,
yeah.
"Whoa, I never heard that before,"
Yeah.
and it's like super clear.
It happens all the
Because
time.
that's another thing too. When they compress stuff down to digital, they
lose
you lose
bandwidth.
certain frequencies and bandwidth. So like there'll be like certain guitar tracks and stuff that might be removed from the mix completely, just converting it to digital.
someone just told me that Apple is actually, it sounds like if you look for like Apple Music, if you listen to music on that compared to Spotify, that even sounds different as far as how they
I've even considered that.
Yeah, whatever format they're using.
yeah,
Huh.
it's
Yeah, and it's crazy how many people like a lot of kids I went to school with and stuff. The only way they ever listened to music was practically through like a cell phone speaker or
Mhm.
something like that, or a shitty like pair of skull candy headphones or something. Like they don't know what music really sounds like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it even reminds me of like when I when I was in college, that was when people were first there was like Napster and LimeWire and everyone was ripping everything onto MP3s, right? Yeah, they're laughing at me because I'm old, right? But if people would be like, oh hey, I burned the whole Led Zeppelin collection on CD, and like yeah, that's great, but it sounds like absolute garbage because
the
they've
MP3
removed half of the frequencies to make
more
it
than
small,
that,
you know?
90%.
They're laughing at me.
okay, boomer, relax.
Oh, all right.
How old are you? Seriously, like, I'm 38. I'm probably not far off from you.
No, I'm 41.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm only saying that now because I'm close.
Was it Napster or LimeWire that made you guys go, whoa?
That was both. Yeah. I don't know, I think I was
It also crashed your computer and ruined it for life.
Yeah, I had my experience with Napster.
Windows 97 for life.
Oh, God.
No, not really. No. So.
No.
Mike's still trying to talk to people on AOL.
Messenger.
Was that AIM?
The messenger, yeah.
It's a messenger, yeah.
Yeah, that was a shit, man. When I was like 16,
Get on the internet.
and you're praying that the girl you like is also. She pops in, the door opens, it creaks open.
You had like away messages.
You go see who it is.
Oh,
Is
it's
it her? No, damn, it's not her.
You know, they had back then.
Yeah, I miss MySpace for
Oh yeah.
because you could be very passive aggressive on MySpace. You can pick your top 8 friends or whatever the hell it was. You can
Oh, yeah.
choose a song, like if you just broke up with your girlfriend or whatever.
I remember discovering a lot of music through MySpace back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember like every page they would have like, you know, their top 5 songs on
Yeah,
there. You
exactly.
just flip through them and it's
Yeah,
like, oh,
MySpace
yeah.
was honestly pretty cool. For what
I never used.
Sam never heard of MySpace.
Oh, why not?
I mean, I've heard of it.
Sam is undating himself.
I was probably still like in preschool.
That's funny.
Holy really? Nah.
I mean,
Close
Like
to
I
it.
don't know, think
2004,
about it.
2005.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I was probably last year of preschool, first year of elementary school. When MySpace was around.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, we're done here.
Sam's impressive. No, I'm just kidding.
I think I was talking to Frank Marcinkowski from Mellifluous, and
Yeah.
he's like 23, I think it is. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Jesus, I never felt older.
Well, Sam's 22. So.
Jesus,
I'll
how
tell
is
you
this happening?
when I met these guys, one of the cool things is I don't know if you ever saw the documentary. I think it's called Hired Gun on Netflix. Fantastic. But Rob Zombie is talking about how he's hiring musicians, and he's like, yeah, like anybody can play any kind of riff they want, but like, are they a good hang? You know, and like that's old man talk. But I mean, I met these guys, and
you're a good hang?
no, I just love hanging out with these guys. I'm probably not. I'm probably annoying as shit. But I mean, it was like we just gelled right away, you know, and it was great. And
Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty
what's up,
immediate.
man.
Yeah, I mean, I knew Mike for a month, and he came to my bachelor party. So
That's
I actually knew Mike from his old band back in the day. He didn't even remember me.
yeah, you're a little guy.
Yeah.
Not really. You're like
It
what?
was high school.
Yeah. You weren't that little.
Who was your old band, Mike?
I was in a band called Zamani with my brother Steve and my buddy Chad May, and we did mostly covers. We had some originals, but we played around for probably damn close to 10 years, pretty much.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, we played around here quite a bit.
I feel like I definitely like saw that in the Weekender, back in my Weekender days.
yeah.
That's a shame what happened to that product too.
Yeah, it
I
really.
was gonna ask what's going on with
Yeah.
the Weekender. Like, is it online now? Is there anything going on?
So from my experience and my detective work, so before the pandemic hit, it stopped printing. And they kind of like updated their website every now and then. And then I don't know if they had like planned to stop printing it or what they were doing, but obviously the pandemic kind of expedited that whole thing. And now it doesn't even update their website. Like it's weird. And I had the person, like someone that works, the Times leader, reach out to me. And after I started doing the Weekender series stuff as part of this podcast, she's like, "Oh, it's really cool what you're doing, blah blah blah." And so I just asked her, "So what's going on with it?" And they said there's still an audience. They're just not sure how to reach them. And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean,
Definitely an audience.
but like, I mean, it was going downhill. Like even when I was like still there, just outside of like poor management and poor ownership, like it I left in 2013, but I mean, everyone had a Facebook page. That's how they consumed their entertainment and how they found out who was doing what. Like this print product was like that was kind of like, I think ended with like my generation, like, which I guess is also Mike's generation. But it just,
I remember going to the box, the Weekender box.
Oh yeah.
Like for that thing to
I
come
would wait,
out
yeah,
and,
once a
and
week,
grabbing
I'd be
that to
like,
see what was
What was
going
it, like
on.
on Tuesdays?
You know?
Wednesdays, every
I
Wednesday
think it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah.
Check to see what bands are playing.
That's
that
right.
week.
Right in front of Gallery of Sound. I
Yeah.
pull that out, go in and
See, because
Yeah, it's kind of sad because I remember like you get the Weekender and there's a lot of stuff in there, and like towards the end it was just
That's what I was
you open
like,
it up and it's
the-
like 2 pages.
the,
Like, what's
the
going
only
on
the
here?
only weekender
Just
I
ads.
knew was like a paper thing. It was like 3
So you
pages.
never
at
even had,
most.
no.
It was like, here's the strip clubs to go to,
uh,
here's shows, and here's the model of the week.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you guys. So I'm gonna sound like an old man, and Mike can back me up on this, but like, so when I was 21, there were even less bars and clubs around than there were like 5 to 10 years prior to that. But like, there were some great venues when I was 21, and even when I was still like going out and 25, 26 years old, that just don't exist anymore.
Yeah. Staircase.
Oh
Yeah, I mean, Murray's, the Staircase,
Yeah.
shit. I mean, the list. There's tons, like Nightcaps.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
what other
we could just show up at the Jazz Cafe on a Friday or Saturday and know you're going to get a good show.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, it's a completely different world, and COVID obviously is going to change that again. I don't know how or in what capacity, but you guys have no idea. Thursday night at Murray's, you can get $3 pitchers of Long Island iced teas and get blackout.
That's dangerous. All right, here's
do you
my
remember?
picture. Where's yours?
Yeah. Right.
Friday at the Woodlands, you pay like Mike. You remember those? I don't know if you were like a Woodlands attendee, but like I wasn't like big on it. But like you get like a card and you pay $10 and it's like all you can drink for like 2 hours. So
Yeah.
you get like it's like 5 to 6.
I never went there recreationally, really.
Oh, you weren't there.
It was I think it was Friday or Saturday. I forget what day.
Okay, yeah, that was
But
crazy.
but like you get all twisted and then you go somewhere else. Like I mean, I don't know how people kind of went from there as their starting point to because people will walk out of that place like fucking zombies. But yeah, it's just a different world now.
I know.
But
But I was like going through my phone the other day from the phone I had in China, and I was just like videos from Shanghai, and I'm like, no one's wearing a mask.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
If you watch old
sometimes-
television, it seems weird.
Sometimes I watch like an old TV show and like they'll get close together. I'll get like anxious. Like,
Yeah. Oh god, terrible.
yeah, for real. It's like you can't do that now. You can't do that now.
taking over our lives.
It's taking over.
I'm trying to think. My wife just said the other day something that happened, and so like just like watching like TV shows from even like 10 years ago and even like 15 years ago, like some of the words they use. Like I'm not even gonna tell you what show it was that we were watching because I don't want to get roasted. But it was like very popular when I was like in high school.
It was
what?
Friends. What?
What'd you say?
I said Sex in the City. I got it.
No, I was actually in an episode of Sex in the City. So what's up now?
I'm glad I brought it up.
What's up? What's up?
That's
I was
great.
I was a background extra. I got paid $75 to sit in a room in New York City all day. And they walk in and like, you, and you, come with us. And then like you don't get picked, you just keep sitting there. But I got picked. I was in a church, like a church vestibule or whatever the hell, or church stairway. Someone got married. I forget who it was.
Nice.
But yeah,
Awesome. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Shit.
not the show I was talking about. In any case,
Anyway, yeah, sorry.
she, the girl in the show, used the R word, and it cut deep. I'm like, whoa, easy. Yeah.
I know what show it's
What?
No, I don't.
Yeah. No, we live in a
It is
different
weird.
world.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
it's-
I remember when I was a kid, using that word and not realizing.
Yeah, well, when you're a kid, you just say words. And
Yeah, I guess it's different when you're a kid.
But yeah, no, yeah. If you
Yeah,
saw
where's
that in
that?
a show today, like, it'd be taken
Yeah.
off the air. Obviously,
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
worked with kids for my day job, and they say all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah. You wouldn't even believe they say some really intense shit.
Yeah.
How old are they?
Oh, anywhere from like 5 to 13, maybe.
Okay. And I'm guessing you guys all have like day jobs.
Yep.
Yep, we do.
It's not often I talk to musicians that are, especially now, but like I think it's hard to be just a working musician. Like that's
Oh.
it. But back in like early 2000s, like those guys making tons of money playing in bands.
I mean, honestly, to me, I feel like it's an advantage because, you know, we all make a living, and so we can just play music just for its own sake, and
Right.
none of us, you know, I mean, sure, would we love to get signed to a record label and you know, tour the world and be famous? Of course we would, but we really just like to get together in this basement and play music, and we just love to do it, you know.
Yeah.
And we just get to do that out of pure joy, you know, which is awesome.
That's true. Yeah. Very true. So where can people find your music that you have available right now, at least?
Right now, we just have live stuff on YouTube and Bandcamp. That's
But shortly we'll have
Shortly
a
it'll be
single or
up on-
two.
Yeah, because we're gonna be looking at releasing a couple singles
Yeah,
before we
the album
release
comes
the
out,
album. So
and that should be in the next couple weeks.
yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah, definitely.
At least months. Weeks.
Well, no weeks.
Weeks, yeah.
I think April.
We don't have any like
Definitely
date set or
April.
anything, but like we're right on the cusp of that stuff.
yes. So that, I mean, that'll be up on everywhere, Spotify, you know,
Instagram,
everywhere you get
oh,
music.
that,
Just
yeah.
MySpace.
if you just follow us on Instagram or Facebook, you could just keep up to date, and
Yeah.
YouTube.
we'll let you know what's going on.
Cool. And you guys have shirts for sale, right?
We do have shirts.
We
Yeah,
should
they're
be
actually
getting-
at Wayne's World.
Yeah.
And you know, if
You
anyone,
can see them on our website.
we have a
and everything.
Yeah, we have a
10% promotion if you mention seeing it on Instagram
Hmm.
or this
Yeah.
podcast. You
I
get a
don't know.
discount in Wayne's World if
That-
you mention it.
And like, you could go on our website and email us, or message us directly on Facebook,
Yeah.
and we could get you one if you
Yeah,
can't
I've mailed
make
a
it up
few.
there.
South
mail them out
Carolina.
too, and
And the band name Spud, I have to ask, where did that come from?
That was-
Everyone's pointing the finger at somebody else.
no, there's no story.
it was the name when I joined and when Mike joined, and at first I didn't like it.
Yeah, Sam.
I hated it.
Sam hated it.
I was embarrassed to tell people, but now I like it. I
It's
love
real easy to remember.
It is.
It is. Just to say.
Yeah,
No,
well,
honestly, there's no.
when-
I was just like,
you pretty much like
we
came
were
up with
thinking
it.
of
Like,
band
as soon as you
names.
said it, I'm just like, yeah, we'll go with that. I don't
yeah,
know.
we were thinking of
That's it.
band names for months. And when it was me, Steve, and
Yeah, and it's
the
just so annoying.
former
trying to
guitar
think of
player.
band names.
And yeah, we came up with a bunch of lame ass names.
And Spud is like, it's so simple. It's so
so
easy.
yeah,
like,
Spud
and,
stuck.
like, we're a simple band, so Spud it works.
It does. It does. Yeah. And Sam
So
loves, you know, when people say like our logo should be potatoes.
Oh, he loves that.
Yeah.
That's completely untrue.
All right, here's a contest for those listening or watching this podcast. Create a logo for this band
Oh, I like it.
Oh,
Yeah,
using
I like that.
potatoes.
We have a logo, but we could have. I want more than one logo anyway. So
yeah, like, you know.
But you must use potatoes in the logo. Get creative.
yeah. And Sam needs to like it.
Sam's gonna love it. You're
Yeah.
gonna have a choice.
That's the toughest.
You're gonna love it.
Pleasing me.
If
is
we
the
have a
hardest,
random
so-
fan make us a potato logo, you're gonna love it.
Jay will be the one who wins.
I mean, other people have done it. And shut
Yo,
them down.
honestly, what Teresa did with the fries and then made little magnets, that was cool.
The important thing is that
She's
it's
creative.
gender neutral.
Yeah, it's not. You're not Mr. Spud. Then if you, if
Yeah,
that
no,
was the case, you'd be in trouble.
We are they
Yeah,
Spud.
they Spud.
We're the Spud. We should be the Spud.
All right, we should probably wrap this up before it goes,
Yeah.
before it goes in a direction we'll all get canceled for.
Yes, no.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Johnny. This is
Yeah, this is
a
fun.
great
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. You know, getting to know you guys a little bit. Like I said, I was unfortunately not familiar with your band prior to this, so thanks for reaching out. hopefully I'll get a chance to see you guys play out live sooner than later.
For
But,
those who are familiar, also we got a little series that we did, and it's on our Facebook page called "Live from the Basement," and they're
YouTube.
you know.
It is on
It's on-
Facebook,
yeah.
but it's more on YouTube.
And that's some some raw samples of the stuff that's going to be on the album. So
Yeah, as you
it's
could
just
probably
live
tell from
takes.
our audio quality here, we don't have the best recording equipment. So,
Nah,
you know,
the album is the important thing right
Yeah,
now. Once
the
that's
album-
out, we'll focus more on.
yeah, and keep your ears open for release date for that album because
And-
we'll probably be doing that soon.
Like just to clear it too, like you said, we don't have good recording equipment here, but the album was done in very good
Oh,
studios,
yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
very
Oh, yeah.
very professional.
Yeah, Paul Sinclair, he's the man.
Paul's the man.
Yeah.
How's the go-
He is.
well, best of luck releasing that. And if there's anything I could do around that time, let me know. And
Yeah.
we'll hook it up.
That's that.
awesome, man. It's great to talk to you.
Yeah.
You guys too. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, man.
See you soon.
See ya.